Hi everyone, Comic Book Reviewer here. This time reviewing on issue 14 of Ultimate Fantastic Four. Now, as I have said before in my previous other Fantastic Four Ultimate comic reviews, that this was meant to be a 60 issue series that ran from 2004 to 2009, that retold, redid, and reinvented the Fantastic Four for the 2000s run of the Ultimate era. And the cover mainly has Ultimate Ben Grimm looking all stern and serious, and the story starts off with Ultimate Reed running for his life. And we kind of see how, Ultimate Sue Storm is not only furious at Reed about wanting to go into the end zone, but even points out that Ultimate General Ross is crazy. And even says, "We know General Ross is crazy. Remember what he said? He put Dirty Tim in a wood chipper if he tried his mind controlling Nintendo thing again, and then bought in a wood chipper the next day." And even points out about how unhinged he is and even crazy. And even points out about, ultimately giving him the idea to use the end zone for transportation to do bombing runs for the Middle East. And you can really get this sense that Ultimate Reed just knows that he does feel a little responsible, but again, he doesn't think through his actions. He bought it all on himself. But even points out saying, "I didn't tell him that," but of course, he let him come to that conclusion. But we kind of see how, everyone still wants to kind of still help out, and even Ultimate Ben knows that he trusts Reed, and even knows deep down he can obviously turn him back, but wants to help kind of fly the shuttle. So after everyone calms down, the only person left still angry is Ultimate Dr. Storm, who not only just scolds and berates Ultimate Reed for having such a terrible idea, but not wanting to kind of end up losing the kids again. But we kind of see how Ultimate Sue gets Dr. Storm to calm down, and even says, in the last 6 months, I almost lost my children 4 times. I don't know that I can do that again. But we kind of see how after calming them down, we kind of see how they have to plan everything out. And we kind of see right away they have plans to help build the shuttle, get the sort of materials and that they need. And even talks about the whole Fantastic Car thing, about, about that energy source they use could have opened up a black hole over the city after trying to confront Ultimate Doctor Doom. So of course, they have to plan everything differently, and we see how Ultimate Reed wants to name the show the Fantastic Car, but we kind of see how, Johnny wants to be the one to name it, so names the shuttle Awesome. And I like how obviously Ben and even Johnny look impressed, while Ultimate Reed and Sue just know this is utter embarrassment. And right away, we kind of see how everyone's building the shuttle, they're getting the pieces ready, building the materials and all that. We kind of see how they put the pieces together to build the shuttle's protection, setting up these sort of systems and that for when the launch happens. And after setting up the whole gate points to what happened with the early issues, we see how Ultimate Reed obviously comes with every conclusion about the end zone, the devices and that they'll need, and of course they set up for the next day. And right away, the Ultimate Fantastic Four get ready for their shuttle, ready to launch out, and of course, like in the typical space film fashion, they go off in a blazing glory, and instead of going into space, they end up in the end zone. And of course, they're like, "Reed, where did everything go? The end zone permits 4 seconds." And of course, they end up in the end zone. And of course, Cut Engines open the back gate and releases their special device so they can use it as transportation to get back to Earth. And we see how Ultimate Ben says, "Let's ride," and of course fly off into the end zone looking for any other forms of life. And this is the story. So I think this one is okay, but like I said, it's building up to where they need to build the shuttle. We kind of see how, because of Almond Reed's curiosity, at first, yeah, Almond Sue and Dr. Storm were kind of furious with Reed, but right away they kind of start to kind of ease up on him, which also shows you that while Almond Reed does have good intentions, his fatal flaw is never thinking through his actions that have led people to getting annoyed, fed up, calling him out, and even scolding him. But it's definitely not a bad issue, so it definitely deserves thumbs in the middle. It's enjoyable, but kind of there to help build up more suspense. So, Comic Reviewer here, signing out.